Welcome back to FundaTech Insights, where we unpack the biggest moves shaping the future of AI, commerce, and capital markets. I'm your host.
And I'm Maddie. Today, we've got a packed episode because Resolve AI is making massive waves. We'll break down their headline-grabbing acquisition of Crownpeak, and then we'll shift gears into a quick technical analysis of Resolve stock, ticker symbol RZLV.
Let's start with the big news. Resolve AI, trading on NASDAQ under RZLV, just announced a $90 million acquisition of Crownpeak, and they're suing $150 million of Crownpeak's debt. This is a major strategic expansion.
And the financial impact is dramatic. Crownpeak brings in about $70 million a year in revenue, while Resolve itself has only generated $5.3 million annually so far. So Resolve is basically multiplying its revenue base more than 10x overnight.
Plus, this deal is expected to be immediately EBITDA accredited for Resolve, which is especially notable because their trailing 12-month EBITDA sits at about negative $159 million.
And Crownpeak's customer list is the definition of enterprise grade. Harvey Nichols, Tommy Hilfiger, Calvin Klein, Sephora, Dr. Martens, Converse, Commerce Bank. Just a massive cross-section of retail, fashion, beauty, and financial services.
Strategically, Resolve isn't just buying revenue. They're buying distribution. Crownpeak brings more than 400 enterprise deployments across the US, UK, and EMEA. That's a plug-and-play customer base for Resolve AI Commerce Suite.
Speaking of the suite, let's talk about Resolve's so-called Brain Suite. It includes their proprietary LLM called BrainPower, plus Brain Checkout, which turns static websites into conversational agentic storefronts that can actually complete transactions.
And CEO Daniel Wagner says the integration will require minimal engineering lift, which is impressive. Wagner also mentioned a personal connection. Crownpeak's discovery engine traces back to Attract, the company he originally founded.
So Resolve knows the tech and the client ecosystem from the inside. That gives them an edge in rolling out cross-sale campaigns, specifically embedding AI into Crownpeak's DXP platform.
And all of this fits into Resolve's broader strategy. Roll up traditional search and discovery platforms, enhance them with AI, create the leading agentic commerce platform.
Agentic commerce is really the future. Even Amazon CEO Andy Jassy recently said that AI-driven, autonomous shopping flows will transform e-commerce. Resolve wants to be at the forefront of that shift.
Don't forget, this acquisition comes on the heels of a $200 million funding round, the acquisitions of SmartPay and Subsequent for payments and data infrastructure, and major hires from Apple, Google, and Microsoft. They're building out a serious leadership bench.
And operationally, Resolve now becomes one of the only AI companies with both a proprietary LLM and a deeply embedded DXP footprint. That's content plus conversation plus conversion in one ecosystem. Big strategic moat.
So overall, the acquisition is the bold bet, a high-leverage move, and a potentially transformative moment for Resolve AI.
All right, now let's shift gears and talk about the charts, because investors always want to know, what is the stock doing right now?
As of the latest close, RZLV is trading around $2.73, and technically the indicators are not looking strong.
Yeah, across the board, the technicals are showing a bearish picture. Most moving averages, short-term to long-term, are above current price. That's a classic downtrend signal.
Oscillators confirm it. The RSI is around 44, so not oversold, not overbought, more like weak neutral. MACD, stochastic, and other momentum indicators are skewing bearish too.
And volatility is elevated. The stock is swinging widely intraday, which implies choppy trading conditions.
So from a technical standpoint alone, this is not a buy signal. The bias is caution or wait for trend confirmation.
Exactly. Traders might look for an oversold bounce if the stock dips lower, but right now it's speculative. No strong reversal signals yet.
So, big picture, Results AI, the company, is making bold strategic moves with huge potential upside. But Resolve AI, the stock, is still in a fragile technical position.
We'll be watching closely to see whether the Crownpeak acquisition, once digested, helps shift that trend.
All right, that's all for today's episode of FundaTech Insights. Remember, folks, this isn't financial advice, just mild market therapy. Catch us in the next episode when Maddie explains about next stock. Till then, take care of yourself, bye-bye, and keep investing.